Were there any things that like stood out to you in terms of like the direction they're going? And I don't even mean in a bad way. I just mean like in a way that like they're showing a lot of things that are both familiar and different at the same time.
Basically anything that wasn't just like your typical beat 'em up side scrolling like moment is what really got me going, because like when I was seeing how, oh my god, like we're not just going from left to right, we're actually doing like other things in this game. Like we're controlling Zords, we're having Zord battles, we're going through like loops and jumps and doing all these kind of wacky crazy things, and those little bits of detail make such a big difference for a fan like us. It's so telling. I love that, and that's why I cannot wait for this game. I'm looking forward to it so much. This is exactly what this IP needs. It needs some freaking tender loving care, man. And a beat 'em up sometimes is a great piece of a bigger recipe. You know what I'm saying? Like that is some great ingredients. You see the main 5. I'm obviously wearing my green shirt for a reason. Hey, I don't think I can not bring this up, because like how are we not going to bring up the elephant in the room? Where's Tommy, right?
It's Morphin time!
All right, the good news.
What we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are coming from our last video where we were discussing the poor news in the overall brand for Power Rangers and the directionless stuff that's happening, there is a little silver lining of hope and love and that passion that we all share. And it was a very pleasant surprise. And let me just tell you, as a Capcom creator, you would have thought that my favorite OD surprise moment would have been that season 2 for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
You would have thought, because hey, not gonna lie, and just to kind of give them their flowers, Street Fighter is doing something crazy. They are finally crossing over in their main game.
Stop, I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking.
I fucking wish, right? But no, they're doing their thing with King of Fighters. Elena's in there. Bison, my boy, he's in there.
Yeah.
You would have thought
next in a couple of weeks.
Right. You would have thought that would have been it for me. But it was when Jeff Keighley said that we have a world premiere for a brand new Power Rangers game. You guys don't understand like what my body was going through in that specific moment, because I was streaming my reaction to the Summer Games Fest, and I was chill, like watching the, reveals and, a lot of cool looking games, some games I was excited for, some games I had no idea about, some games that caught me by surprise, like freaking Killer Bean. That shit looks hilarious, right? I'm probably gonna try playing that. But when he uttered the words Power Rangers,
that is crazy.
I literally lost my actual shit.
Field.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I missed him saying that because I just wasn't expecting it. My friends had to be like, "David, you seeing this,
bro?"
And I was just like, "Wait, what? Wait."
I wish I saw it live because I was at the gym, and then
bro, if you guys were in my chat, oh man, nah, you guys would have enjoyed that shit. My reaction was priceless. Literally, just thinking about it is giving me goosebumps, and that's a good thing because we don't really get those feelings anymore when it comes to this franchise, unfortunately. Yeah. And the reason behind me getting so emotional and just having a crazy reaction towards it is because this is what Power Rangers could look like when you have people behind it that actually care and want it to be something and not just like a shelf stalker or whatever the fuck, like it's not like. And the funny thing is, there's been people that thought, oh, Battle for the Grid 2? That's not the fuck. I did not think that at all. Because for some reason, before we saw like actual like footage of the game, like when you like started like hearing the sounds and the music of the trailer that they showed, in my mind, I was like, there's no way this is a beat 'em up. There's no way this is beat 'em up. That was my brain like fighting. I was fighting myself mentally, like having like a humongous battle. Like, there's no way. There's no way. No, but that's what it is. Because what the fuck else would it be? And when that first image of them all in the juice bar, guys, and the footage kept rolling, the themes kept playing, and you guys saw I was just in denial. Nope. There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. And that's why I was saying no the entire time and just completely rejecting it, because Power Rangers has been in such a fragile state where, like we've said, it's on ice. I say it's melting. We would all be right when it comes to that. The comics holding it up. That's it. Now, the comics has this to hold up this weight together, because that is how good this freaking beat 'em up looks. It has,
and especially like off the like heels of like
Shredder's
Revenge. And I think that's why we're so excited about it, because that turned out so good. And obviously, like, I don't think it's the same developers, but
no.
the promise is there. And it's like the mastery of this genre has, like, I feel like a lot of people understand how to make a game in this genre good nowadays. Like they got it right with Streets of Rage.
Yes.
And what's that other game with the River City Girls, and you have this, and like Ninja Turtles. Like, I'm hoping that, you know, it's along those lines, you know.
I would think so. Just, you know, because it's like the last time we had a Power Rangers beat 'em up, unfortunately I have to bring this up, was Mega Battle.
I didn't even buy that.
Was that the same one with the that art style? Because I bought it and I played through it. I did a one. Like, I forced my friends to play with me, and
2017.
one of them fell asleep while we were playing that game.
Yeah, so
crazy.
The game is very mid. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
like,
it's super mid.
It's
not
like
good.
it's like calling it mid is maybe even pushing it slightly. But yeah, I have to bring it up because that's, you know, I would love to be like, oh yeah, the last beat 'em up we had was back in the day on Super Nintendo. No, the last beat 'em up we had was Mega Battle, and
I'm not counting mobile games.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess.
I think like Power Rangers All Stars is like technically.
Yeah, I forget. Yo, I totally forgot about. I just remember trying All Stars, and I was like, "Yo, this is."
I played that shit like once.
Piece of shit.
Nah, wait. Is that the Power Rangers Rush or Run? Remember that running Power Rangers game?
No. I know what you're talking about. It's not that.
All you do is jump in that game. Like, they're running, you just jumping. It was actually kind of fun, but either way, I digress. There, like, the last time we had Mega Battle, and I actually remember being at Comic-Con and trying the game out for the first time. I was like, oh my god, there's a Power Ranger beat 'em up. And I was talking to a developer that was there. At least I think they were a developer, because like they were representing the game or whatever. And, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be on all consoles, this and that. I was like, oh yeah, online co-op, right? And they were like, silent. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about for Mega Battle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, what do you mean there's no online? They just didn't respond. They're just like, well, you'll be able to play with your friends if they're in the same room. I'm like, how do you make a beat 'em up in today's day and age? Well, beside the point, right? So, like, my point bringing that up is that we have never had a brand new in modern day Power Rangers beat 'em up type game, which I would imagine, I mean, it's being done by Digital Eclipse, and they clearly have an idea of what they're doing. You know, they've handled a lot of different projects. Like they did the Street Fighter 30th anniversary, 35th, or one of those collections. Like, they've done a lot. So if they fumble on this, I would actually be very surprised. Very surprised. But this game is on all consoles. I have a little excerpt from the website for those that may have missed out on the reveal. This is from the Digital Eclipse site directly. Coming late 2024. So this year, we'll have this game. experience the origins of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again for the first time. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind is an all-new adventure with an original storyline that both respects and remixes Power Rangers lore with scenarios and gameplay that will be both familiar and new to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fans. Players will brawl, blast, fight, and drive through a constantly shifting mix of classic game genres and fan favorite moments from the series. So, just reading that first paragraph, I am just like, wow, that sounds great. Like, truly, it does. And then when you read it further, it says, in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, the team faces off against a robotic reincarnation of the Power Rangers' longtime nemesis. So I've noticed I'm noticing a trend here. Seems like Robo Rita is a popular character. I don't know why, but they've been this is not the first time we're seeing a Robo Rita, right? So Robo Rita has conjured a portal to send herself back in time so she can finally vanquish the Power Rangers by forming an alliance with her younger self. So working together.
This is the crazy part. Yeah, it's like, it's basically a what if she won.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I kind of hope that's what it is.
Yeah, like, if that goes that far.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath for that.
But essentially that's what it is. I mean, granted,
that's what
they might not necessarily show like the cast of Once and Always losing,
like dying or something,
but that's essentially what happened.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's a good point. So working together, Robo Rita and Rita Repulsa rewind, rewrite, and remix the past in an attempt to stop the very formation of the Power Rangers, altering the course of history. Will the two Ritas and their army of monstrous enemies from across the MMPR timeline finally succeed in destroying the Power Rangers? Or will these teenagers with attitude learn to work together and counter this catastrophic chronological collaboration? Oh,
that's funny.
The alliteration. So there we have it. A brand new Power Rangers game, which, to be honest, with everything that's been going on, I would be lying if I told y'all that I was expecting this. Because after Battle for the Grid and the constant updates that Legacy Wars gets, I assumed that was it when it came to these Power Ranger games, because they don't even make games for the like latest show anymore. They haven't really done that in a long time. That trend stopped like way back in the day. So to say that I am excited would be an understatement. I am severely looking forward to this game. I'm hoping that people at Digital Eclipse see this video and they understand that what you guys are doing, what you are potentially doing, is revitalizing a lot of hope and passion for this franchise. And literally a game like this, a beat 'em up, this is the perfect way to experience and just, maybe if you fell out of Power Rangers, if you play this, you will fall in love with it again. Because Power Rangers is supposed to be fun. Just like the Ninja Turtles, right?
Yep.
And after Shredder's Revenge dropped, this is the first thing that I was like, okay, now I need a Power Ranger version. You know,
yeah, we all said that. Yeah.
We all said that. Whether that was through Shredder's Revenge or if it was their own game, I was like, this is the type of game that is essentially needed in order to help, you know, provide some new life and whatnot into a franchise that quite literally needs more than just water at this point. So
and doing it this way, it's almost like a, you know, it's playing on the whole Turtles in Time thing too, with the whole with the premise. It's like a reverse, you know, and you know, tying it into Once and Always gives people incentive to watch that if it ties in, and they might be like, oh, now I want to see that thing because that's the same character from that show that, you know, maybe they thought they were too good to watch it or whatever. And then just the fact that, like, you can see like in all the footage so far, it shows 5 characters, but there's one scene where it shows the roller coaster and you see like the empty green cart, so you know that they're probably gonna have secret characters, or to some degree, or maybe just like the further you get in, maybe you unlock, you know, Tommy. I don't know if it's gonna get into the Stone Canyon stuff, but you do see a bunch of like the Tengu warriors they're fighting at some point. They do say they're remixing it,
they're
right?
going through the whole
But,
MLPR. So I think they're gonna see stuff from each season.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what I'm curious about, I like, just in terms of like my impressions from like watching the gameplay over and over and over, right? It was like, one, will there be any like civilian fights? Because I know in some of the old ones there was always like the civilian sections and then the morph sections, and that was one thing I did like about Mega Battles, because it did have like, you know, you could be civilian and you could morph.
I think that's important. That needs to happen.
Yeah, and I can see them leaving it out because people just want to get to the good shit, I guess. But for me, I think one of the best parts about it is having the civilian sections and the morph sections. And, you know, obviously, like,
that is Power Rangers, essentially.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers. Like, it's part of the whole thing and part of the whole martial arts aspect, but also like it would be a balancing thing too, because the morph, you have more powers, you have specials. Like if you're in civilian, you might be nerfed a little bit, or you might only be able to do certain things. But that's still a part of it, and something I would prefer if it was there. So hopefully
absolutely,
that's an aspect.
At least skins, if they don't.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, hold on. I know for a fact, if we were able to play it the right way, when it's civilian fights first, and we build up that meter, and then we all get to say, "Are we ready, guys?"
Yeah.
It's more. Come on.
Bro, when I played the movie game with my brother, we always used to do that. We were like, "You ready to morph? You ready to morph?" I bet.
Yeah.
That's, dude, that level.
That's the best part.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Dude,
we would save it for like the mid boss. We'll be like, all right, let's save the morph for here. And
yes, exactly. Exactly, bro. And like, I'm imagining all of this with us playing it together. Like, you know how hyped that's gonna be.
Yeah. 1000%. Oh yeah,
bro. Okay, let's say this game comes out in like November, right? Depending on the day, I would consider taking days off work for this game.
Yeah.
Especially if we made it a thing. Like, we stream this, John? Like, come on.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna happen. Like, as long as I'm not away for a wedding that week, because I do have a wedding to go to in November, but that's just hypothetical. We don't know when it's coming out, so
yeah, it says late 2024.
We will make it happen.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Absolutely. If so, is in terms of not just with release date but price, that hasn't been revealed, but you can go on Steam and wishlist it right now. So
I did that shit.
Frame
one.
Same. If you haven't already, guys, you need to wishlist it. Even if you're planning on getting it, and even if you're planning on getting it for, you know, another console, you need to go on Steam, make an account, and just wishlist it, because wishlisting a game actually helps the developers a lot. It does wonders. Now, the other funny thing that I did notice off of their website is that there is a buy now button. It's probably there for everything, but when you click that, it actually shows, like, you know, all of what this will be available on. So a game like a beat 'em up, I'd expect it to be on everything, and it is. It's on PS4, Series X and S, PS5, I guess Xbox One, Steam, and Switch, right? So that's basically everything. Wait, what are you trying to play it on? Oh.
No.
Oh no.
No.
I was like, wait, what? No. I was talking about like what they said the game is available on, like console wise,
like the platform is this.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
So
go ahead.
I was gonna ask a couple of questions because, like, you know, you guys have watched the trailers, right? So, obviously we see a lot of beat 'em up stuff, but we do see like some different types of gameplay where they have some shoot 'em up sections.
There's Zord section,
Megazord sections where you're playing as the Tyrannosaurus and jumping around shit, and you're like on the motorcycle, right? But the one section that stood out to me that I was curious about was the actual Megazord section, where it looked like a first person,
yes,
almost like Punch Out type of section. How do you guys feel about that? Because I feel of two minds, where it's like it could be fire, but I just hope that it has some variety in it, and it's not just like mindless punching. Like, I hope that, because obviously you want to have the power sword, you want to be able to do things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Uchi?
How do I want to answer this?
Well, in general, like, were there any things that like stood out to you in terms of like the direction they're going, and I don't even mean in a bad way. I just mean in a way that, like, because they're showing a lot of things that are both familiar and different at the same time.
Yeah. So like that's actually, so basically anything that wasn't just like your typical beat 'em up side scrolling like moment is what really got me going, because like when I was seeing how, oh my god, like we're not just going from left to right, we're actually doing like other things in this game. Like we're controlling Zords, we're having Zord battles, we're like going through like loops and jumps and doing all these kind of wacky, crazy things. And those little bits of detail make such a big difference for a fan like us. It's like it tells, it's so telling, and I love that, and that's why I cannot wait for this game. I'm looking forward to it so much, because it's like this is exactly what this IP needs. It needs some freaking tender loving care, man. And a beat 'em up sometimes is a great piece of a bigger recipe. You know what I'm saying? Like that is some great ingredients. And I'm also, quite notably, you see the main five. Now, I'm not, I'm obviously wearing my green shirt for a reason. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I can not bring this up, because like how are we not going to bring up the elephant in the room? Where's Tommy? Right? So
they're saving that.
Of course they're come on, man. This
Tommy's
game
gonna be DLC.
This game, bro, I'm telling you this right now. Beat 'em ups, no disrespect, right? Shredder's Revenge, I'm pretty sure was like $20 or $30 when it came out, right? This game is probably going to be around that same price point.
Yeah.
If they tell me that Tommy is a downloadable character, pre-order bonus, I don't care. I will drop whatever the fuck they want. Free. No hesitation. Because, like, I don't even care if it's like, oh, you can unlock him in the game. I don't care. You give me an option to play as him, frame one, I'm in there. Fuck that.
Can't be any other way.
Can't be any other way.
Give me White Ranger too.
Oh, of course.
If you're doing Tengu's and White Ranger, like, I'm just saying. I mean, but again, they're doing alternate history, so that's if they have any OS for not going that far, that's it. It's just
I
because
do-
things are different.
Yeah,
now.
I do want to see how far they are willing to remix and go with like what's familiar and then what is the new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
I'm like, yo, if you're gonna go to different, go familiar, and you're pulling stuff from that, like, you got a whole, because if it's pulling some stuff from once and always from the future, there's other people from the future that could come through. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, and who's to say like we don't get like Adam and Rocky and Aisha, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like there's a lot of potential, and we don't even know how many players this is gonna be. Is it a 5-player game? Is it gonna be a 6-player
so far
game?
it's I feel like I saw 5.
Yeah,
I have it playing on repeat. Yeah, it's definitely 5 for sure, but 6. There's honestly there's room for 6.
Yo, Shredder's Revenge was 6 players.
Really?
Yeah, you could do 6.
It was 6 players, and they had 4 turtles. So
like X-Men the arcade game was 6 too.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like 6 is a great number for beat 'em ups, bro.
That's another one that needs a beat 'em up, a new beat 'em
up.
Oh,
X-Men 97. Oh, of course.
Yeah, yo, especially after that episode.
Yeah, Nintendo, whatever it was. I forget what it was called already, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I'm like super excited because like the more I'm sure the longer we talk about it, the more stuff I'll come up with on the fly because realistically, there's like all this potential of what could happen. Like okay, I'm giving you guys a scenario right now. Okay, the game can be however long it is, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. It doesn't matter, right? We defeat Rita. We defeat Robo Rita. Everything is back to normal. And then a shattered freaking thing in the sky. And we see and we look through it, and all you hear is they could have been gods. And they
that would be
that's how it ends, bro.
I didn't even think about that.
Come on, see, this is where I'm at.
So sick.
This is where I'm at.
Oh my god.
Digital Eclipse.
Don't
take my number.
Nah, you shouldn't have said that, bro.
This is what
now I'm gonna be hoping.
I'm telling you, this is the shit I'm on, bro. It's not hard. For a fan like it's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not.
It really isn't.
That
would be such a layup, bro.
Tech, I don't know if you remember this, but we did a video forever ago talking about how I would do like an Insomniac level Power Rangers game. You have to do Shadow Grid. You have to.
Yeah.
That's what brings in everybody. So that's it. That's I don't gotta say nothing else because guess what? If they have the balls to put Ooze in this game,
that would be crazy.
Imagine he's a boss fight, bro.
Yo,
I doubt it, but
man, that would be cool. They gotta bring back Ooze.
It's a remix, right? Listen, potential is there. Potential's all we got.
Yeah, right. Like, fuck it. Let's just do it all.
Tech, do you have any additional thoughts or anything you wanted to talk about when it came to this game? What?
I had a ton of shit to say.
Yeah, please go.
Okay. But first of all, apparently, when I was doing my research on this, Hasbro Retro Arcade is a whole thing that they're doing.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, so like, they already had, I think, like a G.I. Joe game.
Okay.
And Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was one. Oh, maybe they didn't have a G.I. Joe game. But I guess Shredder's Revenge was counted as one, I think. And, yeah, apparently that's the whole thing. So I guess we have Hasbro to thank for this.
Thanks.
Ironically. And then I was just looking at some research. Because, like, I only knew of Digital Eclipse from Mega Man Legacy Collection. I'm a big Mega Man fan. So like they made that, and then I was looking at all the games that they made, like the Disney Afternoon Connection and Street Fighter 30th.
Yep. See.
SNK, Sam Show, like, and I was like, man, what games did they actually make that wasn't a collection or a port?
True.
So I was like doing some research, and it wasn't like a ton. Like I was kind of, well, they had more like back in the day, but like recently there wasn't a ton. Like a lot of them are ports, which are great ports, and like collections.
Right.
They're all like great. But the one that looked like was one that they straight up made was the that Space Jam beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Apparently they worked on that. And that game, I never played it, but that game always looked really cool, and I always wanted to play it. So I guess like that would be a good game to play to see like what they're really about. So I'll probably buy that soon and give that a shot.
Yeah, send us the link. I'm trying to see it.
Yeah, I'll post it right now. So like that was really interesting. And also like even something else I thought was really cool about the trailer that we didn't mention was that it looks like there's like cutscenes and shit.
Yeah.
And like it looks like obviously the Robo Rita thing alone goes to show that they're actually trying with the story in this game, which is really cool.
You think there's gonna be voice acting?
Probably.
Shit,
not.
I mean, maybe.
I would be surprised.
I would be surprised too.
It looks like there's actual cutscenes. Yeah, I'd be surprised if there was, but like, it look like there's actual cutscenes. Like there was that one cutscene where like, I think like Kim got saved by her Megazord and like, it like smacked Goldar or some shit like that. Like that's really cool that they're putting all that thought into it. And then, I guess like maybe this is a little bit too optimistic, but it's not even that far fetched. But like maybe with the relationship that they have with Digital Eclipse now, like if this does well, maybe we're gonna get some Power Ranger Legacy collections, like porting the OG games. Like imagine, it's not even like crazy. Like I imagine that is an obvious thing to do because like when I saw this, I thought, wow. I didn't think this was out of the realm of possibility, but I didn't think they were gonna do something like this until the Playmates games came out. Because it seemed like that was gonna be that's a game, like toys, my bad. The Playmates toys came out because it seemed like that was gonna be when they're like, okay, let's go all in back on Power Rangers Mighty Morphin. And I was like, oh, this sounds like something that would make sense around that time.
Oh my God, Tech.
Like
why did I not think of this?
Yeah, like it's so obvious, right?
It is
like,
really.
If that happens after this, I'm gonna be so going crazy.
Remember what I said about I don't care how much they want to charge us for the bonus content on this game,
bruh.
I wouldn't even ask. I'd be like, just take my card, just take it, charge whatever you want. I need it now. If they eventually made like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers collection,
bro,
and it had had the Genesis, it had the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, like the Game Gear. Yo, the Game Gear one was OD.
The Game Gear was OD.
That shit was fucking way better than what I was expecting. And the Fighting Edition, listen, all those games need to have online, rollback netcode.
Yeah,
Fighting Edition.
And that's like a real possibility. Like, why not?
Yeah.
If they build a good relationship with Digital Eclipse and like they start doing more Power Rangers games, like that could 100% happen.
Oh my God, bro. I thought you were. You know what I really thought you were gonna say? I thought you were gonna say like, oh, maybe they'll do like a Power Rangers TMNT beat 'em up crossover game, which I would be for.
That would be cool too.
That'd be the next thing.
Unfortunately, that was a different developer, but
nah, no, that was Dotemu.
Yeah. But what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that. You know, it's funny. Like when we were talking about the gameplay, I was gonna mention like I stand on. It seems like with the OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game, there's people that prefer the Genesis game and the people that prefer the Super Nintendo game. And like I actually stand with the Super Nintendo game.
That's all I had.
Because like
I mean, I'll say this, like, because I only had the Genesis one, but
the reverse.
It seems like the community adopts the SNES one more for a reason.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
but I did like that the Genesis one. You could fight as Rangers and the Zords, whereas like the only thing that bothered me as a kid, at least, and I didn't have an SNES, so I couldn't get it anyway. But when I did see it, I was just like, oh, you can't play as the Rangers, you can only play as the Megazords.
Oh, for Fighting Edition.
Yeah, but that being said, like it seems like just as a fighting game, it's a bit more functional.
That
where
game
it's like,
is fire.
I can't really speak on
Big
how
Shogun.
actually functional the Genesis one is, outside of just like, I think that was the first game that I played that had like a QCF motion in it, or I don't know if it was QCF or down forward. Like, I don't even know. I just remember fucking around with it until I could get the blaster to happen. And,
bro,
like,
have you
mashing
played
to
the
get
Game
Zax's-
Gear version?
Nah,
Bro, Game Gear, you
It's
can play
actually
as
better than
Dragon
Genesis.
Zord, Ultra Dragon Zord. This shit is crack.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, because you couldn't even do the combinations.
And they have motion inputs in that
Genesis.
game, and it was on fucking
Wow.
Game Gear. I was like, what? Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was like, so like the Genesis Power Rangers game, even I guess not the Game Gear one, because that was more of a fighting game. But the Genesis one is like more of a traditional beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And like the Super Nintendo one is a beat 'em up.
I'm thinking of the Genesis fighting game. My bad.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah.
I guess the
talking about
movie game is the one that's more.
because they had the side scroller. So the Genesis movie game was a side scroller.
Yeah, that was
but
the
Super
traditional beat 'em
Nintendo
up.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game was the side scroller. Was the beat 'em up.
Yeah, they had.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing
then
though,
they
because
had
like
fighting.
not
Yeah,
necessarily.
sorry.
It wasn't the Super Nintendo Power Rangers game and the movie game. They're not like regular beat 'em ups though. Like they're like platformer beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like kind of like Beautiful Joe, like that type of joint. Like it's not just a normal beat, like a Shredder's Revenge. Like that's or the X-Men joint. Like those are like normal beat 'em ups where you're moving on you're like moving
Oh,
up and
I
down.
see what
Yeah.
JD means with side scroller. Then I think the SNES versions were more side scroller than beat 'em up per se,
Yeah,
because like you
those-
had the two
yeah.
planes that you can like hit L or R and like flip back
Yeah,
and
the movie
forth,
game.
but
Yeah,
it wasn't like free beat 'em up type of. Yeah, no, damn. At that rate, yeah, and fuck it, Mega Battle Loops is the last one that we had.
Yeah, like that's a traditional beat 'em up. Like
Yes.
I'm getting into like the nitty gritty.
No, but that's true. That's actually good info.
Yeah.
For those
So
that
like
don't
this
know the
is
difference.
so like I actually prefer the regular type of not regular, the Super Nintendo type of beat 'em up, because like I love platformers. It was my favorite genre of video games. So like when I saw, I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw that it was a traditional one, I was like, that's cool. It's not my favorite, but like when I saw that they added extra stuff too on top of that, like the shump parts and the Megazord parts, I was like, all right, this shit's fucking hype. Because regular beat 'em ups, I kind of get bored of them after a while.
Right.
Like
You
even
gotta
the
have
even the
variety.
really good ones. Yeah, like,
Right.
like you have to have variety to keep it fresh. And the
Mhm.
fact that they have all that shows that they obviously know that, and they're doing everything they can to make this game great. So like I just wanted to point that out, like they know what they're doing.
Yes.
And if like Digital Eclipse, I haven't played, like I was saying before, I haven't played the Space Jam game, and like I don't know if this is just like a passion project of theirs, but this definitely seems like they're going all in on this
Word.
one.
I can't wait. I hope we can get it as soon as possible. I hope
Take
they
their time, no.
I hope they watch this video. I hope they're just like, all right, you guys are on the list. Power Rangers Academia, boom bam. And listen, I would be so hype because I would gladly do like giveaways on this channel for that game. Easy. Get hype behind it. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Is there
We
anything
will
else,
have a
y'all?
full playthrough when that game
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
out
we
on the channel.
Facts.
100%.
And usually beat 'em ups
Isaac
are
will be
like
better
short.
by then. Yeah.
Yeah, we can knock that one out. No problem. Probably in like one session. That'd be fun.
It coincides perfectly with our beat 'em up. I mean, our Power Rangers tier list for video games.
Oh, dude. Okay.
So when that comes out, we are going full force into coming out with that video finally.
See, timing
Right?
wise, it would. My content creator brain just triggered when you said that, because I'm like, fuck. What would make the most sense is if we actually had all of the
Coming up
games
to it.
ready and played and whatever notes, so that way we could do that tier list by the time, like once this game comes out and we play through it, it's like boom,
yeah,
timing.
then the tier list happens.
Yeah,
We could at least do like a Mighty Morphin tier list.
that would be great because
That
we
would
could do
be-
that.
would
I
be
got
a
my
lot
notes
more
for that.
manageable. that would be a lot more manageable.
A lot more manageable, yes.
Because like if you guys don't know, like we're gonna do a Power Rangers. We were gonna do this like years ago.
We were supposed
Power
to,
Rangers, Mighty Morphin, like
It's
Power
been years
Rangers
in the
video
making.
game tier list.
Yeah.
And we started like
We
we
did.
got all the way up to the Dino Thunder game on GameCube. Right, that's where you stopped too, right?
Yeah, that's where I stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, we both literally stopped at the same spot. But we just got too tired. Like, bro, it was draining, bro.
was.
Like,
Because it's like you're like playing bad games.
yeah.
You're trying to finish them.
Some of them are great, but yeah, like
Bro,
it's a lot.
we played like the thing is, what made it extraneous is we played every version. So it's like
literally every single version.
like Time
we
Force.
played the freaking.
You have to play like the Game Boy.
Yeah, yes, PlayStation,
the,
Game Boy, all that.
The Mega Drive. We played the Mega Drive Mighty Morphin game.
Yeah, man. I was like, okay, what is
It was
happening?
just like a cutscene game.
Yes.
Like,
I'm like, bro, how did they sell this? This is not a game.
no, it was Sega CD. My bad. Right?
What did you do
Oh, yeah,
about
that
Zeo, the Zeo Racing one for N64.
That shit was fire.
Brother.
It was good.
That was actually fun. Yeah,
That game's garbage.
Zero
You
Racer
kidding me?
is great.
Nah, that's cap. That game is trash.
Dude, it was so bad. It was good. Bro, I'm like, wait a minute. It didn't make sense to me at all. Even when I was playing, I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me they made a racing game for Zeo, but not for Turbo?
Turbo, yeah. That's
What?
The dumbest shit
That's a whole conversation in itself, man.
That is. But yeah, no, that's a great idea, Tech. We should definitely,
I think we should
around
do
that
Mighty Morphin,
time,
at least.
for sure, lock that in. Best Mighty Morph, or the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game tier list. Boom. 1 million views. I can see it right now.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, is there anything left of Rita's Rewind y'all want to put out there before we wrap this up completely?
Nah, I'm just excited to play it eventually.
Made my heart flutter.
I want some early access.
I hope it's good. Yeah, hopefully maybe they could hook you up.
Listen, if they hook me
Shout out
up,
to
that
Digital
means they hooking the channel
Yes,
up.
so.
All right, that's what I would hope, at least, because listen, it's not just my opinion that matters. It's all of us, including Isaac, even though he's not fucking here right now. But you know, we gotta hear what he has to say. I for all intents and purposes, I really hope that it's so good that even Isaac hypes it up. Like I would be so heartbroken if he's like, this game's cheeks or some shit like that. Like that would suck.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, that's gonna be it from us. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and make sure to leave a comment, to like the video and whatnot. Let us know what your thoughts are on Rita's Rewind, and what would you like to see out of this game? What are you hoping for? What are you expecting, and whatnot? And let's try to keep it positive. Thankfully, this game exists, and yeah, we will catch you guys in the next one.